Vladimir Putin has a lot of enemies. So how does he protect himself? In this video, we'll look at 4 of the Kremlin's security measures. A rolling fortress, orchestrated chaos in the skies, a ghost train straight out of a James Bond movie, and sophisticated deception tactics. Together, they tell a story about the Russian state and its increasingly paranoid leader. Since 2000, Vladimir Putin has spent most of his time here in Nova Ogaryovo. But the Russian president also often stays at this luxury residence in Valdai. And he's believed to own this opulent estate in Crimea, a summer residence in Sochi, and a palace at Kpidokopos. To move between these locations or attend state visits, Putin needs to travel. And that's when he's most vulnerable. He's protected around the clock by both visible and covert security forces. But the Kremlin relies on one thing above all: unpredictability. This is Putin's car, an Oris Senat limousine. The interior is fitted with luxury features: genuine leather, plush seating, and a minibar. But more importantly, it's a fortress on wheels. Imagine this. Putin is on his way to Moscow. Suddenly, a group of attackers opens fire. But the limo is heavily armored, designed to withstand high-caliber rounds and reportedly even armor-piercing ammunition. Their bullets have no effect, so the attackers throw a hand grenade. Even then, the limo stays intact and barrels forward as if nothing happened. The fuel tank is fortified against explosions. The tires are fire-resistant and reinforced. Even if all 4 were destroyed, the car could keep on driving. The limo is incredibly heavy, 6.5 tons, but it's surprisingly fast. It's powered by a 4.4-liter V8 twin-turbo engine supported by a hybrid powertrain. In an emergency, it can accelerate to 100 kilometers an hour in 12 seconds and reach top speeds of up to 170. The cabin has its own air filtration system, so even a gas attack probably wouldn't have an effect. There's an emergency exit, too. Putin's limo is extremely secure, but for longer distances, he prefers another means of transport. Putin is flying to North Korea for a state visit. He's on board an Ilyushin IL-96. The model was developed in the Soviet Union back in the 1980s. Technically, it's considered outdated. The long-haul jet still has 4 engines. But Putin continues to rely on it. His customized version is known as the Flying Kremlin, and it's equipped for maximum comfort. The presidential jet is stocked with a king-size bed, a conference room, a dining area, and a personalized gym. Even at 10,000 meters, security remains the top priority. The Flying Kremlin reportedly has its own advanced communications array, missile defense system, and emergency escape pod. When necessary, it's escorted by fighter jets. But that's not all. Intelligence reports also suggest that Putin is so paranoid that he's constantly accompanied by a team of personal doctors. Most of us can't relate. Half of us haven't even booked a dentist appointment in years, but we keep meaning to. You go once, you keep telling yourself you'll book the next one before you even get home, and then somehow 2 years go by and you're Googling teeth hurt normal at midnight, or maybe and book near you, or go to Zap for sponsoring today's video. Presidential planes. Whenever Putin flies abroad on official business, the 3 clone aircraft also take off. They all follow different routes, making it difficult to track Putin's exact movements. But even this elaborate tactic has a weakness.
It's relatively easy to track an airplane, right?
This is Russian investigative journalist Ilya Rozhdestvensky. Living in exile, he works with the Dossier Center, a non-profit investigative project.
There are dozens of websites like Flightradar and all these sort of things that provide data on different airplanes.
Technically, each of these aircraft could be tracked and located, which means that in theory, a powerful adversary could target all 4 at once, which is exactly why Putin prefers his train. If you saw this train moving through Russia, you'd barely notice it.
it looks like a normal Russian train, gray with red stripes. There is probably very little chance that you would recognize it if you see it somewhere.
Look closer, and you notice a few oddities, like multiple diesel locomotives at the front of the train, and this small dome on the roof.
For the special communications, and that's probably it. That's the only thing that is different from the normal train.
It isn't a secret that Putin has his own special train. The Kremlin has even released images from its onboard conference room. But for a long time, no one knew what the rest of the train looked like. Until the Dossier Center released some highly confidential documents. These were allegedly leaked by an insider at Sircon Service, a Russian company specializing in manufacturing custom railway cars. The Kremlin allegedly tasked Sircon Service with building the cars for the presidential train.
That's not a very big business. There are not too many people who really want to spend their money to build a custom train.
According to the leaks, the train is heavily armored and bulletproof. That makes it so heavy that each car needs 6 axles rather than the standard 4.
Inside, wow, it's luxurious. It's really something incredible. This train provides Putin with anything he could possibly need. There's a car where he can sleep, there's a car for work, there's a restaurant car.
One car is even said to house a fully equipped gym and a beauty salon soundproofed to prevent audio surveillance, complete with a massage table and a radio frequency machine designed to keep the skin firm. The Kremlin denies that Putin has ever used or owned a train car like this. Finally, there's a tiled spa area featuring a full Turkish steam bath and shower. Ilya says the ghost train doesn't appear on official timetables.
Very important way to track this train. If you work with a Russian railway company, you can still find some data about this train, but you need some special access to the internal infrastructure. So there is no way for normal people to understand that some special train is moving.
It simply speeds toward its destination, blowing right past any stations along the way. Apparently, it often does so on its own secret train tracks, which terminate at private train stations built just for Putin.
There are a couple of stations that they were built specifically for Vladimir Putin. So basically, they are near his palaces, official residences, houses. So I think there are like at least 3 of them. We know about one in Turkey, where his official residence is located, Bocharo-Pruchey. One is not far from Moscow, in Novogareva. It's probably one of his main official residence. And the third one is in Valdai. That's his main place. That's where he and his family spend most of the year.
So at any given time, it's hard to say which of his official residences Putin is at. There's another meeting scheduled for today. Lately, Putin's been holding more video calls and making more addresses from the presidential office in Novogareva, especially since Russia invaded Ukraine.
Дамы и господа, почти 8 лет самыми варварскими методами нелегитимные решения по так называемой заморозке российских активов.
Many of these are recorded and released to the public. For Russians, the office in the presidential residence is instantly recognizable. The room, the table, the background. But wait. In footage of Putin's office, investigative journalists have noticed something peculiar. Take a look at this door handle, and then at these two.